And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. The buildings of Indianapolis are location tonight, framed against the beautiful nighttime sky. We hope you're... D.A., take it away.
Hey, Kevin, if you'll allow a D.C. kid to be a little parochial right now, while there are some basketball hotbeds throughout the world, Prince George's County in the heart of Maryland is among the finest. A litany of NBA players have come from PG, including Kevin Durant, Victor Oladipo, Markelle Fultz, Michael Beasley, and Quinn Cook. KD said, "It's just in the water. This is what we do." Guys?
Great stuff as always, G.A. Thanks. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
So the net starting five. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And for the Pacers, Sabonis and Turner up front. LeVert out there with Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Holiday in at the 3. Pass to LeVert. Back to Sabonis. LeVert trying to get open.
Boy, LeVert showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
And guys, Caris LeVert can do so much while he's on the basketball floor. The problem for LeVert is just staying on the basketball floor.
Yeah, injuries have really slowed him down the last couple of years, Greg, and it's unfortunate because this kid's an outstanding player. He gets it done in every way as a wing scorer. He can make plays, he can defend, he can score the ball. LeVert says he tries to model his game after Penny Hardaway, and if he can stay healthy, I don't think that comparison's too far off. Sabonis is simply relentless on the boards, doing a nice job getting that second chance basket.
Now the pass to KD.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And he goes in for the dunk.
Brogdon with the throwdown. He was not going to be denied there.
And here's Brooklyn. 4-point game. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And they did win that last game in this matchup. It seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
Yeah, a significant differential in free throws made. I mean, give them credit. They capitalized on those opportunities.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Brogdon, and the layup falls. Brogdon's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling.
Brogdon against Harden, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Brogdon against Harden. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And one thing I like about Brogdon is his size. A huge 6'10" wingspan for a guard. Gives him an advantage in matchups. Lets him finish over smaller defenders as well.
And great with Brogdon and his size, it allows flexibility on defense as well.
Yeah, I mean, it makes switching on the pick and roll easier with him up top. There isn't a lot of flash to how Brogdon plays on the floor, but you can't deny how impactful he is in all facets.
Now LeVert. After the missed 3 from KD. Sabonis finds Turner. LeVert with it. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Just 5 on the clock. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Harden, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for 1 more at the line.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign. And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
That ties it up.
Always great from deep. I don't think Irvin has gotten enough credit for how lethal he is from behind the arc.
Passes it to Holiday. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom. That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Pacers. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
It wasn't pretty. That's definitely the case. I mean, I know they'd like to scrub that game from their memories and actually erase it from the hard drive.
Here is Harden after Indiana gets the 3. Pass to KD. Puts it up. The rebound by Turner.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
Here's Sabonis. That shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
You know, with Miles Turner, a lot of his value, I think, comes on the defensive end. One of the best shot blockers in the league the last couple of years. And has really good mobility. He's got a nice shooting stroke, but defensively is where he makes his greatest impact in my mind.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. McDermott's checked in for Sabonis. Lamb comes in for Justin Holiday. Aaron Holiday is checked in for Karis LeVert. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Brogdon. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And this is what happens when you let Griffin establish position. He will make you pay. And Clark, at the moment, you could argue that it's the defense that's the best asset for Turner at this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you, Greg. I think clearly that's his strong suit right now. He's got a terrific shot in terms of mechanics and range. I think you'd like to see him be a little more consistent with his selection and then develop a more reliable low post go-to move.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
The 3 from Harden scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And Harden is a smart player. I mean, when the defense isn't right on him, he makes them pay. Love seeing him shoot that pull-up. Nice.
And that one, good. McConnell's got his second basket of the night.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Indiana leading by 5. McDermott finds McConnell. Back to McDermott. Over in the corner, Lamb. Holiday, the pass to McConnell. And here is Turner. Good. And McConnell gets the assist.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
There's 14 seconds left in the first. Pass to Lamb. Baseline J on the way. Second shot opportunity, and it's McDermott laying it in.
McDermott does a solid job scoring close to the basket at 6'8". His size allows him to capitalize from there. Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Indiana out in front, up 6. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind of an NBA season.
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually every day, and how can we bring that together to make a great group? And I think that's the focus every day. That's tough in itself. That's the pressure in itself, is to getting up and being laser focused on what your job is every day. And I think a lot of guys in this locker room know how to muster up that focus to, win basketball games.
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Indiana.
They've pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Indiana, Miles Turner out there with McDermott. It's Jeremy Lamb, and it's T.J. McConnell, and it's Holiday in at the shooting guard position. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
It's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Here's Griffin following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. They get it again.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Nets trail by 6. Here's Shamet. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Here's Shamet following the basket by Doug McDermott. And the pass to Brown. From beyond the arc. And again, no good by Brooklyn. One-on-one here. A shot by McConnell, no good.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. Justin Holiday comes in for Lamb. LeVert's checked in for Aaron Holiday. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for T.J. McConnell.
These are exactly the shots, guys, the coaching staff wants LeVert to take because they know it gets him going.
And, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Now off the inbound. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Kyrie Irving.
Big guys like Jordan who can facilitate are really valuable. Spots the open man and gets it right to him. That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Kyrie Irving. Just an incredible month of basketball. He's averaging about 27 points per, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
It's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
Jordan up top. It's Durant on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
and they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And it's slammed in by Turner.
Boy, just destroying the defense's confidence with his ridiculous bounce and his skill. Miles Turner, special.
The three from KD. Offensive rebound, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And it's Brogdon off the drive. There's Sabonis, and he uses the glass on the layup. Sabonis has got 6 points.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, following the score by Indiana.
Tell you what, that defense was physical, and yet Durant, with great balance and composure, just stayed with it.
Outside Holiday. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got his 5th assist in this one. Nets trail by 12. Harden the pass to Jordan. That's tipped. Stolen by LeVert. Drops in the breakaway layup. 7 points in the game.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Harden, it's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
LeVert the pass to Turner. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Boy, tough trying to match Turner's intensity. I mean, once he's committed to scoring the ball, you're not stopping him.
2 points. That one goes. 8 points for KD.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the game.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They lead by 14. Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
Well, it has been an electric performance. These guys were firing on all cylinders. They came out aggressive, going after those rebounds, and they were piling it up. I think they wanted to send a message with their physicality. They're going to be nearly impossible to stop if they're playing that way.
And over to Shaq now, your take on the Nets.
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
Thanks for joining us, folks.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5. Irving looking for an opening. Down low, Harden. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, a volume shooter, and Harden is aggressive and assertive at really trying to jumpstart himself. And when he does, watch out.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Nets. They trail by 14. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. I mean, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Back to Durant. Plays it up and banks it in. KD's got 12.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Brogdon the pass to Holiday. Back to Brogdon. Holiday against Harris. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And Durant sends it back.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
The Nets making a switch here. Shamet's checked in.
Domantas Sabonis, so versatile, brings so much to his position. He scores, he passes, rebounds, and defends at a high level.
Griffin dishes to Harden. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. 22 points for James Harden.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Here's Lamb. Traps in the tray. Lamb's got his second bucket of the night.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Sabonis against Harden, and he elevates for the slam. Domantas Sabonis did not like that at all.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Pass to McConnell. Now Sabonis. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Harden outside, and the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul. And we've seen more attention given to how fans, Greg, interact with players during the games, whether it's verbal or even physical. Is that something the league's got to keep an eye on?
Absolutely. It's all about making sure that everyone is protected and respected. You know, this is entertainment, right? This is not do or die from a life standpoint, and we don't want to have things escalate.
There's got to be some kind of barrier there. I agree. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Left side, Brown. Griffin with it. Now defended by McDermott. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Green with the jam.
what a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And while we've got a second here, now let's take a look at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA, and find out who the steal leaders are. You take a look at McConnell, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
Defensively, his intensity just never drops. You match that up with his incredible timing, and you can see why he's atop the list.
They get a hand on it, and there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's his first foul. .151 left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Harden slamming it down.
Superb body control from Harden. When he's driving inside the defense, doesn't really have much they can do to stop him.
Outside Holiday. McDermott with it. He's against Green. And there's McDermott. That's good on the assist by Holiday.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
I'd love to see more of this from McDermott. I mean, when he hustles like that in transition, he makes an impact.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Justin Holiday's checked in for Lamb. Karis LeVert comes in for Aaron Holiday. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Pass to Jordan. Got a piece of it. It's rebounded by Indiana. Sabonis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's McDermott, and finished off by McDermott.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now Kevin Durant. He's got 12. It's over McDermott. No good from Durant.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the defense.
This is the kind of unselfishness you love seeing from Brogdon, making sure he gets it to the open man.
Nets trailed by 21.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Irving against Brogdon. Pass to KD. The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Here's Brogdon. And so it's Indiana taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more NBA basketball. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Doug McDermott, Malcolm Brogdon out there with LeVert. Then it's Sabonis, and it's Holiday in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
Yeah, LeVert's so good at getting to his spots and capitalizing once there. Fun to watch him when he gets rolling like this.
On its way from Irving for 2. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Pacers leading by 19. Brogdon finds Holiday. from deep. And Indiana, another three.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Durant with a wide open look. The Pacers pull it in.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
You know, really good to see Harris playing with that confidence because, you know, these shots will only help him get better.
Timeout called, the Pacers. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things, never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Irving kicks to Harden. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 28.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Holiday. Some solid defense from Harris. Nets trail by 20. In transition, here come the Nets. And it's Irving missing. Harris against LeVert. Got it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Outside Irving. Harden has a wide open look. Off target from three-point range.
Can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
We know the NBA is looking to get rid of the one-and-done rule pretty soon. Adam Silver, Greg, saying he thinks the league can create a better system. Do you think so?
I think they can create a better system for some. I think the growth of the G League, no doubt, is instrumental in that new system. Now these young rookies can get the playing time in lower-tier pro games as they continue to develop. But I think still the collegiate game plays a significant role. The experience of going to college, even for a year, can be invaluable.
There are pros both ways, college or the G League. Agreed?
I do. I'm just glad it's not a one-size-fits-all proposition. Now you have the option. Not every kid wants to go to college and have that experience.
Indiana moving it around. There's Sabonis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Boy, Sabonis locked and loaded inside. Nothing the defense can do there.
Jordan, the pass to Durant. Jordan trying to free himself up on his 15th shot attempt. He makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Durant with the steal. They push it up 4-on-3. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
Here's Sabonis, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kevin Durant. Free throw good, Sabonis. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And Sabonis drops them both. Greg, it's pretty typical for players of the past to talk about current players and say they may have struggled had they played when I played. What do you think of that line of thinking?
You know, I just don't agree with that. And I think we all do that. We all feel like our era was the best. I had the same thoughts being passed my way when I first came into the league.
I'm sure.
The reality is these guys work just as hard as guys worked back in our era. They just have more understanding of what their value is. And in a lot of ways, they've got more courage to speak out because, you know, let's face it, they're more of a bullseye on their back in today's era with social media than we've ever seen before.
That is true.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pacers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And regaining their momentum against a team that had already beaten them once on the year, this win will make it one apiece to tie their best-of-3 season series against the Nets.
Brown the pass to KD. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Here's LeCue. And that one is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Durant with it, now defended by McDermott. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Let's go. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. McDermott passes to LeCue. Here's Sumner from deep. Hits it to go from beyond the arc.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
From deep three-point range and the miss. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they...